On by Lakers. Johnson can be found just outside the front door of our locations at the Staples. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines.
Step back. Pretty. Out of around the work.
Great. There's electric. It's just not a
great for both teams.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Bryant. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then there's Bradley, and it's Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So the Lakers win the tip. Bryant against Beverley. And the foul called on the Cobra. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
George passes to Leonard. Davis against Harrell. Back to George. From past the arc. They get it back. Morris off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Waiters surveying the D. And finish off by Bryant.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now, here is George. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Here's LeBron. Right side Bradley. Feeds it to Bryant. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beverley with the ball. Harrell trying to free himself up. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverley.
Well, what makes Kawhi so problematic in the pick and roll? He can do about anything he wants out of it, including keep the basketball. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
The drive by Bryant. Pass to Davis. And the rejection by Harrell. George looking around. Leonard on the wing from downtown. And here's Beverley. Pass to Harrell. Goes back up. The shot misses. And it's the Lakers the other way. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Bryant slams it in.
Those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific at sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the paint. Here's Bryant. Kicks it out to James. Waiters outside. Inside. 6 to shoot. Bryant finds James. Shoots. Offensive rebound. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Beverly. To the inside. And Morris throws it down.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now here's Waiters, coming off a solid outing against Denver. Ryan in the post. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
Harrell against Davis. Now Harrell. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Lakers trail by 6. Outside Bryant. To the middle. Here's Davis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite-level defender, guards multiple positions, and turns away a number of shots.
And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor. Attacking the rack to great effect.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Bradley. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
The shot from 20 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. Leonard's got 9.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
And the rejection by Harrell. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Now here's Bryant. 35 points for him last game against Denver.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
And the rejection by Zubac. That's tipped. Bryant drives in, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverly. He's out there with Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Harrell. It's Kevin Gelly in at the power forward. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against the Nuggets just played phenomenal. He had 35 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Here's Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Goes up the baseline. George missing again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Bryant slams it in.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. George double teamed. Here's Cavangeli. But they get it back. Harrell. And Davis sends it back.
And wingspan, mobility, Davis is basically a shooter's nightmare. One of the great shot blockers in the league.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
The Clippers in the lead. And there's the pass to George. The 8-footer. And it's sent back by Bryant. LeBron James on the wing. Here's Davis. Back to Bryant. Just 5 to shoot. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. No good. That would have tied it. It's a close game here in Los Angeles. George against Caldwell Pope. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
And the Lakers making a change here. Green's checked in. And Bryant kicks to Waiters. Green taking his time here. Here's Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
Well, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. He feeds it to Harrell. Here's Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Clippers leading by 5. Harrell dishes to Morris. Pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Harrell. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. A second chance effort off the left rim and out. Lakers have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
I think this is an underrated aspect of Danny Green's game, his vision as a passer.
And the Clippers call time here. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
You know what? Playing on the road is always challenging. It requires a level of energy and focus. You've got to match what the home team gives you, and they didn't do it.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Tipped away. It's stolen by Bryant. And And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
And Davis sends it back. They recover it. And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for Paul George. Here's Harrell. His last outing, he had 8 points. It's stolen by Green. Outside Bryant. Back to Green. Down low. And finished off by Bryant.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron.
And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself.
And Greg, the experiences that Danny Green has had over the course of his terrific career, it's hard to match.
I mean, he's won multiple titles in his career, done so in different places with different types of teams. He's seen it all and knows what it takes to succeed.
Outside Green, back to Bryant, 4 on the shot clock. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. The Clippers shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by the Lakers. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, torrid shooting in that one. Some of it was good play calling. Some of it was just making tough shots.
Well, give credit to a couple of their guys for their complete locked-in nature. They were just focused. And they let Montrezl Harrell finish.
Kuzma finds Bryant. There's a minute 40 left. The Clippers shoot 40. Shamet, the pass to Leonard. And it's off. 3-point range.
Wide for him.
The Lakers. Kuzma's got his rebound with the last one here tonight. Lakers on the break. Free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. When Kuzma first entered the league. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Bryant. Deion Waiters is out there with Avery Bradley. And there's Davis, and it's LeBron in at the 3, the small forward. George passes to Beverly. Stolen by Waiters. Passes it to Bryant. To the inside. And Davis can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
George with the bucket.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
And Bryant slams it in.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Leonard finds George, and here is Morris. That three off the mark. And finish off by Bryant.
That's the court vision of Avery Bradley. Remarkable how he finds these wide-open teammates on a consistent basis.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Morris.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Assist there.
Bryant looking over the floor. LeBron against Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. James has got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers.
This guy's an absolute beast. You see the power and the soft touch that LeBron James combines in his game. Wow.
Raiders against George. Back to Leonard. Over LeBron. And it's Leonard missing. Lakers leading by 9. Here's Bryant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And the Clippers call time here.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Beverly against James. Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. There's the triple. No good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way. Here's Bryant. And finish off by Bryant.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. To the middle. Harrell down low. Guarded by McGee. Morris with the bucket.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
And Bryant kicks to James. Kept alive to the left wing. McGee, the pass to Bradley. Inside. And fish off by Bryant.
Avery Bradley seeing the floor so well. This guy has improved in every phase of the game.
Clippers trail by 12. And the foul called on the Cobra. That's foul number 2 for him. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Morris. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Morris has got 10.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Bryant. Second chance shot, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Lakers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. The first free throw is good. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said Maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
Clippers trail by 14. Here's George. 16 points for him. And he gets it to go from the high post. George has got 4 this quarter.
Well, Paul George just putting on a show right now. He's been around this league for a long time. The confidence is there.
And the Lakers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Dave.
Significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier in 1936. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. Leonard inside. He's again.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's tipped. Waiters dishes to Bryant. Kuzma, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A pass to Bryant and stolen by Patterson. George with the ball. And it's Waiters picking him up. And Leonard has it in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Let's remember, in college, just a 25% three-point shooter, but Kawhi Leonard, he makes a weakness a strength.
Back to LeBron. Puts it up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Raiders for 3. And it's Shamet with the rebound. Clippers trail by 13. Leonard kicks to George. A special move before the shot. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
And the Lakers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
And the Lakers with some changes. Howard's checked in. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Harrell is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the small forward. George double-teamed to the wing on the left, to the paint. And Morris throws it down.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
Lakers leading by 14. Waiters outside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Bradley can't get it to go.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Waiters against Leonard. James has a two-pointer. They get it back. On the wing, Bryant. He's defended by Harrell. Inside, Leonard with the steal. Outside, George. Pulls it up. And he drops that one in. George has got 22 points.
You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
And the Clippers have possession. Clippers trail by 12. George double teamed. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
That's a tough break there. If there is any hope of making a comeback, they got the ball.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Bryant against Morris. Bryant drives in, throws it down as the official calls the foul. Maybe a three-point play. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Bryant, no good on the free throw. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team. The one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Clippers trail by 14. Beverly, the pass to Harrell. Back to Beverly. Leonard against Waiters. Shot clock at 6. Beverly dishes to George. Fires the three. The shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in rebound numbers as well.
LeBron against Leonard. Beverly wide open. Got that one, missing.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Bryant passes to and stolen by Harrell. Here's Leonard. With the rebound. Bryant's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Good work defensively by Morris. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 14. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Kicks it out to Bradley. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just he was off.
Here's Bryant. Finished off by Bryant.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting him. Love the hustle. Davis, the pass to Bryant. Layup ball. Bryant's got 43 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Outside, George pass to Leonard. A dare from Waiters.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Bryant, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And this guy does it all. Davis is as complete an offensive player as we have in our league.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Looking to get it going, and the layup good by Beverly. Beverly's got his first points of the night.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
And the Lakers call time here.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, the Cobra.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And finish off by Bryant.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Clippers trail by 18. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as year over year. I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Clippers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Bryant is doubled to the inside, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And they got to bring the double team on him.
Clippers trail by 19. George with the ball. And finished off by Leonard.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
The feed to Bryant. Bryant slams it in.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Leonard draws the double. There's the pass to George. And the wide open shot from Morris. Three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
This win now, we're all square, 1-1. Yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the Cobra.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Pass to Magruder, shoots a three, good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Rodney Magruder.
1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Lob pass to Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And the wide open shot from Green. No good from outside. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bryant finds Green. That one is good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just...
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.